Alrighty guys and gals, welcome back to the Houston Kilby YouTube channel, and I'm Houston Kilby. And today we got all kinds of stuff to talk about and work on GTO, so let's get on into it here. So in this episode, we are just getting back from the whole Coffees and Cars at nights at the Invitational. We had an awesome time there, had a good turnout. Thank you everyone for stopping by and seeing us and talking to us. We had so many people come to us. We were so overwhelmed. It was pretty crazy. So definitely learned a lot from that for us in the future of like when we go to big events and there's a lot of people at and stuff, especially if it's an event we got to work on this car at and stuff. We're gonna have to change how we set stuff up. We found out real quick, if we're at the track and we got to work on it, then we're going to need like some caution tape or maybe some something to give us a little bit of area to work on the car and stuff at. Where this was a car show, it wasn't that big a deal, but I think it was kind of an eye-opener to me, Hannah and Jesse, of like, there's a lot of people that likes the car, there's a lot of people that wants to see it and talk about it and stuff, and if we're at a race event, we're going to have to change how we set stuff up and also have t-shirts available and all that stuff. So we're trying to figure all this out, how we're going to handle everything, just so that it's a good experience for us and it's a good experience for you guys as well. So y'all can see the car, you can buy merch and all that stuff, and there's enough room to do that. But anyways, it was a great trip, so let's get on into this thing. All right guys, so we are back in the shop. It's time to get this thing on the lift. We need to get the car centered up, get on the lift. It's time to do some maintenance on the car. We're getting ready to go to the dyno with this thing, so we need to go over all the bolts and nuts over the car. We need to take the valve covers off. We need to valve lash the car, meaning adjust the valves and stuff on it, make sure everything's good to go there, because we've done a lot of driving with this thing now since the last time I checked the valves. And basically just check over everything. We'll need to change the oil, but I don't know if we'll get to that in this episode or not. That'll probably be in the next episode when we change the oil and stuff. But right now, getting the car on the lift, maintenance and things, checking over stuff, and we can go from there. So let's get on into it here. All right, guys, it's time to get the floor jack out and get the old GTO centered up here in between the Atlas two-post lift. So all I do is I just get the jack out, lift it up a little bit, and scoot it over, because sometimes it gets, you want to make sure this thing is in the middle on lifting it up. I've kind of found that out the hard way. But and I put marks on the floor for me, for different cars and stuff, of where the center line of the wheels need to be. That really helps out a lot on speeding up picking cars up on the lift, because we pick this one up all the time, so you might as well have yourself some marks where you can always get it back to that same point every single time for a consistent lift. All right, guys, we've got to take a quick little sponsor break here. Big shout out to Jonesboro Armory down in Jonesboro, Tennessee. They're downtown. If you need any firearms, ammunition, you be sure, or accessories, you guys be sure and check them out. If you need any transmission work done, you need a power glide, you need a 400, you need a converter, be sure and check out TSR Racing Products. We can't forget High-Tech Specialty Coatings as well. They're located here in the Tri-Cities as well. They're over there in the Bristol area, over in Piney Flats. So you guys be sure and check them out. If you need any coating needs done at all, be sure and check them out and say I sent you. And last but not least, cannot forget about At Your Convenience on-site oil services, and At Your Convenience, here's a sign. So you guys be sure and check them out. There's the number there as well. If you need an oil change done, you need work done to your daily banger, you be sure and holler at them and they will hook you up, and tell them I sent you. Alrighty guys, we're going up underneath the car. Y'all are going underneath that for the first time, as I am too. See, we got a little bit of oil leaking somewhere, so we'll have to check into that and see what's going on. Yeah, there's some oil coming from somewhere, so we'll have to figure this out, see where it's at. I'll look into that here in a minute. Not seeing anything quite off the top of my head just yet. Yep, it's all over the place. Got a feeling it might have came from right there.
Yep, I believe so. Okay, I think I might have found that area. All right, we'll look towards the back here, see if we got anything going on back here. So far, so good. Oh, got a little bit of rear end grease leaking. We need to tighten this dude up, and we'll go from there. Drive shaft's looking good. Don't see any bolts that's backed out there. I'll double check it, put a wrench on everything. We'll see how this thing's doing. Buddy, what are you doing?
Yeah. If y'all don't know already, this is Sam Cat. He is a wild cat that we found, and he's a pretty good buddy. Here, Sam. Sam. He's a good one. Hannah found him at a dumpster, and he's been a neighborhood cat ever since then. He's good. He keeps the mouses down, don't you? He's a good boy. Yeah. Alrighty, guys and gals. Right now we are working on tightening up bolts and nuts underneath the car, checking fittings, making sure we ain't got leaks and all that good stuff. Also, quick shout out, Odelphi's headlamps. Use our promo code FullMetalGoat and you guys will get 10% off. All right, have to get that in there real quick. All right, so we're working on the bottom side of the car. We're tightening things up and we are getting stuff done right now. It's looking good. And I really don't see any big problem areas at all as of yet, so that's a good thing, guys. Right now, again, we're just tightening up bolts and looking at stuff, so no panics as of yet. That's a good thing. Alrighty, guys, so just saw something a second ago. It's this arm right here. Boy, we hit something good somewhere. Check this out right here. Being up, I've got a feeling that was loading the car in the trailer. So I have learned something here when it comes to your mounts for your one-piece front end. If I was to do this all over again, this bracket right here would be up in here somewhere. So if you guys go to make a one-piece front end, don't put your hooks down here even with the bottom of the chassis, put them up here on top. That was a hard lesson learned right there. I think before we get this thing powder coated, I'm gonna have to change some stuff in here, give some more clearance, because what's happening is these fingers out here on the end where they're lower than what the bumper is, it's hitting stuff, and the rest of the chassis don't drag. I don't hit on nothing there, but it's just these fingers alone, and it's normally whenever we go load the car into the trailer. So learn the lesson here on this deal. All right, guys, time to get into the next part of this here. Went through all the bolts and nuts on the bottom side of the car. Everything's looking good. And this pup is really, really hyper right now. Yeah, Scarlet. Hey, come here. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. You gonna get your nub? You gonna get your nub? Yes, she's a good girl. But you gotta quit eating up my cords, you little turd. All right. So anyways, all the bolts and nuts on the bottom side of the car is looking good. We are gonna be changing out the pulley on the alternator pulley. It's on the crank. We're gonna change it out, and that should be it for the bottom side of the motor. So what I'm gonna do is get that stuff apart so I can get a new belt tomorrow, and we'll get the car back down here, and we'll probably pull the valve covers off of it. That's probably where we are. So yeah, guys, sit back and let's get after it here. All right, guys, gotta give a quick shout out to my subscribers here. You guys helped pay for a new backup camera. There's 2 of these. That's the screen right there, and 2 cameras, one for the bus and one that goes on the back of the trailer. How these work is you remove one of your marker lights that's on the back of the back door of your trailer, and this just wires in through that marker light, and it's a wireless connection. So all you need is just a power and a ground, and that camera's good to go. And all this one does here, this is your screen. It literally just plugs into your cigarette lighter, and now you've got 2 cameras on here. So that'll be an episode coming up soon, and also new LED brake lights for the trailer. We were desperately needing these really bad. My lights were in really, really bad shape, and plus we busted one the other day. So that's a big thank you to our subscribers. Where we're monetized, every now and then we get a little check in the mail from YouTube, and that helped buy this stuff right here. So thank you guys. All right, guys, so this was our old pulley. All right, so this is the one that was on the crank, and this is the one that we're going to right here. So you guys can tell, huge difference there in gear ratio and stuff. So that should help us out a lot on getting even more charging power to our battery and stuff. So yeah, guys, we're gonna work away here. All right, guys, so I went ahead and got that pulley on there. There wasn't really anywheres to film good, so you guys could even see what I was even doing up underneath there. So I went ahead and got that done. Time to get the car down and move on into the next section of work here. So now it's time we need to get the tool caddy and stuff back on top of the intake. That's got all my AN wrenches on it and all my tools that I need to work on the engine section of the car. So right now I'm just going over all my AN fittings, make sure everything's tight, looking on everything real good, and you guys can kind of see a better view of that here now. Just scoping things out, looking to see if there's leaks. We're looking really good on the top side of the motor. We've about got our problem areas fixed there. Now it's time to take the valve covers off, check out the valve train, make sure, you know, do I see any debris? Do I see any problems? Do I see any concerns with that? All that is looking good. I'm just taking my fingers and just kind of, you know, feeling around, see if I feel any metal. I didn't see anything that's concerning at all, so all that looked good. And then I went ahead and adjusted the valves here on this as well. I didn't want to bore you guys with that, so I kind of just skipped through that section here on showing you guys how all I do that. It takes me, I'm kind of slow at that right now on adjusting valves, but I'll get quicker and quicker at it, and I'll start showing you guys more of that. All right, guys, just took the valve covers off, went through the valves. I didn't want to bore you all with that. It takes a long time to do, so I went ahead, ran through the valves, turned the motor over, and done each valve, and everything's looking good on that on both sides. I didn't see anything. I was really surprised as much as we run it. Didn't have any problems there, so it's looking good. All right, so went ahead and got the belt done and the new pulley on. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's kind of hard to see, but new belt's on it. Now I'm excited about seeing what the voltage is going to do different wise now when the car is just at idle. Now we've kind of went over all the fittings and stuff. So now that we've went over all the fittings, we went over all the belts, we've checked the valves. Need to check the oil level here in a minute. And I'm probably going to give it a fresh oil change for the dyno and stuff, just so it's got fresh oil. And we'll get a spare set of plugs to take with us. We'll have plenty of fuel. I will take some oil with us. I think that's about it, and some spare parts and some spare belts and stuff, just in case if something weird happens. But guys, I think we're getting close. So what we'll do is, it's getting late right now. It's getting dark outside, so tomorrow, get home from work, while the car's on the lift, I'll get some jack stands under it, and what I'm gonna do is fire the motor up with new oil and stuff in it. And what I'm gonna do is just get up underneath the car while it's running and just make sure there's nothing leaking anywhere. All right, guys, so right now I'm just double checking my EGTs, making sure they're lined up with the right cylinder and the right location. All righty, guys, just got back from Walmart. Had to go and get some zip ties real quick and finish cleaning up these EGT wires down here. They're all nasty right now. So we got all those lined up now. I had them off a little bit. What I mean by that is, now when you look in the computer, when you look at cylinder 1, it's EGT number 1. When you look at cylinder 2, it's EGT number 2. So that way when you're wanting to look at what cylinder it is, you're actually getting information on what cylinder you think it's on, instead of it just being all over the place. I had it really close. There's a couple of them that was mixed up, but all that is now straightened out. So that little section is now done. Clean these wires up, check over a couple more things, and I think it's time to fire the car up. We'll put it on, we've got it up on the lift, and I need to check some things underneath the engine and stuff and make sure I've got the oil leak figured out. And I'm sure I know where that's at now, but it's a very, very small one where it is, and just when you drive it, it just smears it everywhere type of deal. But yeah, guys, it's looking good. We're getting ready here for dyno. The other thing we need to start working on, and it's raining today too, which really stinks, is we need to get those tail lights and that backup camera and stuff put on the trailer. So may have to get the easy up tent out if it's not lightning or anything. Not the first time we've had to work out in the rain. It's just simple it is. But yeah, guys, let's keep on rolling here. Cool deal. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. So we had something very successful happen right there. That pulley that we changed out on the alternator did make a big difference. I was watching there on my dash. We went from being like at, you know, when it was charging normally, when it was running, we'd be anywhere from like 12.9 to 13.1 to 13.2 in volts wise is what the maximum amount of voltage I would see on my battery on the dash in there. And so that was always kind of concerning on what was going on and why we wasn't seeing a higher voltage rate type of deal. Was the alternator not working? What's going on? So big issue resolved. Change those pulleys out immediately, just firing the motor up. It was recharging at 13.5, and then after the motor was idling maybe for about a minute, under a minute, it went right to like 14 volts. So to me, that's where we want to see the recharging going to, between 13.5 and 14 volts on the voltage meter there when a car is running. And man, that was awesome. Really awesome. The next thing I noticed, the car started up better and all that stuff. So that was a huge change for us. So let's keep on getting after it here. All right, guys, just fired it up for the first time. Just double check after checking everything. Seen that the transmission fluid was a little bit low. So I topped it off and we'll fire it back up, double check it again, make sure everything's good to go. And then I think the checklist is done on the GTO, and it'll be time to start loading up the trailer, and we need to put those taillights on the trailer and do the backup camera on the trailer as well. So GTO's looking good. So let's fire it up one more time, make sure everything's good. We're looking good, guys. We got to give a quick shout out here in the video. While me and Jesse was at the last event we were at, we got some free stuff here from Tennessee Street Auto Detailing. We got to give them a quick shout out here for giving us some samples here to test out.
Yeah, dude, he's getting ready to leave the show and everything, and he's just handing out free shampoos. And what I know, he's a local cat. He cleans and shines on vehicles, and he just starts just talking to me, and he was saying he's going to get ready to start tinting windows. So yeah, guys, check him out. He's a pretty cool cat up front, keeps it simple.
Heck yeah, guys.
And yeah.
So me and Jesse, we constantly like giving shout outs to local businesses.
Yeah, man.
You know, we do a lot of local things, and anytime we can support local people, I think it's a good thing. Don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah, great thing. It's building a community. That's what it's about.
Heck yeah. So you guys be sure and check them out. And you guys be sure and tell him that Houston and Jesse sent you. All right, guys, there y'all go. Transmission fluid is looking good. Man, every time I smell alcohol, fire me up. Just, woo, fire me up. I'm telling you. Smile ear to ear and feeling good. Anyways, things were looking good. I was glad to see that transmission level looking good right there. There's no need to do anything else to it right now. It's time to set the car down and start working on the trailer. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna end this episode off here as a thank you to all you guys. Appreciate y'all watching. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up very soon. We've got a lot of cool things happening. We really do. Dyno is next week. We'll ship out and do that. I'm super excited. You guys stay tuned for that. After the Dyno, you guys stay tuned. I'll be having a giveaway and stuff going on after the Dyno. You guys stay tuned for that. I think that'll be really cool to do. I know you guys will like that a lot, so y'all won't be paying attention of what the giveaway is going to be and how to enter in for it. So yeah, man, that's it on this one. Jesse should be getting off here in a couple of hours. Me and him will be working on the trailer, loading stuff up, and we'll start another episode for the trailer and stuff so you guys can get to see at least hopefully one more episode before we get to the dyno. So that way we can keep posting these things up. Past couple of weeks I've been trying to get y'all about 2 a week. As long as this one will upload in time, you guys should see 2 this week. So yeah, we're working hard. You guys keep sharing, keep commenting down below. The comments really help us out a lot. The comments help YouTube keep pushing our videos out there. We're needing subscribers really badly. We're like at 4,290 something like that, 4,289 something. So you guys help us get to 5,000 for the new year, and definitely if we get to 5,000 by New Year's, I'll do another little giveaway too for that. I think that'll be and I'll throw some goodies in there for you guys. But yeah, guys, it's been good. Appreciate you. Like and share, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Make sure they subscribe. It helps us out a bunch. But I'm getting off here, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to go over to KillerMotorsports.com, where we've got all kinds of merch over there and all kinds of high-performance products as well. And definitely a big shout-out to our sponsors and partners. Till next time, you guys have a good one.